Hi, I'm James from Dawes Highway Safety. We recently released a video about our new solution for the official HS2 identifier, created in partnership with the project and of course Lynch Vehicle Hire. And I just want to say thank you for all your fantastic support on LinkedIn. It's really great. It's been so reassuring to hear from so many other principal contractors working on the project that they are also now following Lynch's fantastic example that they've set. Hopefully, this will put an end to the sloppy usage of pieces of paper, turning up on the dashboard, different colours, the wrong sizes, distracting the drivers, blowing around in the wind, using up all of the printer ink in the office. Every day, a new one. As soon as the driver puts the heating on, if it's cold, they get wet, you get the condensation, they fall to bits and they don't look professional. Lynch have really set a standard, and I've come back here today and I'm going to have a look around, speak to some of the drivers and find out, now they've been using them for a couple of weeks, what they think about it. Let's go and find out what's going on. So what problems did you have with the paper ones before?
They'd fade in the sun, blow out the window more often than not. You could lose them as easy as anything without, sometimes without even realising. You open your door and it's gone. Well, this is obviously, it looks more professional. It's not blowing away. It just looks the part, doesn't it? And I think, it's a big job, obviously. You want the right equipment.
And the QR code, are you aware of that, the confidential incident reporting?
It's for making observations, basically, isn't it? If you see something wrong, maybe you can do something to improve, or just either safety or just general well-being on the site.
I think it's better because on the previous he was on a paper properly, Yeah, like this. But sometimes when it's wet outside or it's cold, after a couple of days you can put the paper straight on a bin. It's better with the new one, honestly.
So after the last couple of weeks, I've been asked for more information on the HS2 identifier. So I decided to demonstrate and show you some of the advantages of the actual identifier that we've come up with. It's the correct colour, first and foremost. When you're printing them out in the office, it's extremely difficult to get the right colour, which is why you end up with purples, light blues, whites, that kind of thing. The traffic advice notification is very, very specific on the colour, the typeface, the size. We've used all the official information to create something approved by HS2 project. It's made of recyclable material. It can itself be recycled at end of life. So we want to know, is it really going to stand the test of time compared to our piece of paper? I've got my big spanner and I'm going to show you exactly how robust this thing is. It really can be smashed around, kicked about. I can drop it on the floor and you can see thrown around on the cab. You can walk over it, stand on it. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it and it's still compliant. Much better than your piece of paper. Another big factor is its resilience. Now, we talked earlier about pieces of paper getting wet behind the windscreen, especially in the cold weather when the heating in the cab's on. These, of course, are completely submersible. They're completely waterproof. They're not affected by it in the slightest, and they're going to stand the test of time. Another sign of the times is hygiene, viral infections. This is 70% alcohol hand gel. Again, it's fully wipeable. This protects the drivers and staff. If you've got different people driving different cabs, you don't want people touching it all the time and then the following day someone else touching it. So it's another way to keep people safe that pieces of paper, especially in plastic wallets, they can't do. These start at just 18 quid and they will last the rest of the project. They really are something so much better than all these different colours, random bits of paper cluttering up the cab. Well, the answer is no. Ultimately, if you're happy to print these off and keep putting them in the cab, pieces of paper, cluttering up the dashboard, not necessarily being compliant in the wrong colours, etc., then that's an issue for yourselves. What I would say though is the HS2 project is one of the biggest construction projects of a generation. I certainly want to see that drivers are being given the best professional looking equipment that is going to be seen not only in urban areas but right the way across Britain, including rural areas as well. Little innovations like we've talked about on the back with the QR code also mean that drivers are best placed to help people if there has been a collision or an incident, and if there hasn't been an incident, then they're able to feed information back to the HS2 project to make it better for all of us. So thank you again. I hope you enjoyed the video. Any comments, please leave them down below in the comments box. Give us any feedback that you like, and for further information, contact daweshighway.com. Thank you.
Contact us today to discover what we can do for you. We are on your side. We are Dawes Highway Safety. Your fleet, your image, made safer.